Welcome everyone, welcome to my channel Marine Sea Time. Today I will be discussing about the assembly and overhauling of fuel pump of auxiliary engine on ship. So there are some procedures which you have to follow to overhaul a fuel pump of auxiliary engine in the ship. At first we have to dismount the fuel injection pipe. So remove the high pressure pipe. So in the diagram you can see over here. This is the fuel injector, this is the fuel injector, this is the fuel pump, and this is the high pressure pipe which connects the fuel injector to the fuel pump high pressure pipe. So at first we have to remove this high pressure pipe, fuel injection pipe. Then number 2 steps is dismount the fuel and the drain pipe. So in the figure you can see that. There are three fuel pump. Number 1 fuel pump, number 3, number 2, and number 3 fuel pump. And we have many pipes over here. These are the pipes. So one is the inlet pipe, one is the drain pipe, and the other, and they have 3 pipes. So we have to remove this all the 3 pipes. One is the inlet, one is the outlet, and the other one is the drain. So the lock ring must be shifted into the grooves in the center of the pipe. You can see over here. This figure shows these are the pipes. Okay, and this is the circlips. This is the circlips. Now we have to remove this pipe. We have to remove this pipe. With the remove the circlips, and then move the pipe forward and aft, and this will remove the fuel and drain pipe. So once removing this pipe, push the fuel and the drain pipes into the adjacent pump until the injection pump is free. Now, now the pipes are being removed. Removal of the fuel injection pump. So now we have to remove the fuel injection pump. So you can see over here. This is the control sleeve. This is the control sleeve. So we have to unscrew this nut so that the fuel rack is separated from this. This is connected with the governor. This is the governor control rod. This is connected with the fuel rack. Control rack. This is the control rack. So we have to unscrew this nut and separate the control rack with the governor rod. Separate the spring-loaded lever from the regulating rod on the fuel injection pump. This is the control rod for governor. Now, these are the 4 nuts which connects the fuel pump to the engine. So we have to unscrew this nut from the bottom flange so that the fuel pump can be taken out. So we have removed the pipes. We have removed the screw which connects the governor to the fuel rack. Now we will unscrew the bottom flange which connects the fuel pump to the body. Now you can see here how the fuel pump element looks like. So this is the top cover. This is the top cover. This is the plunger which reciprocates in the fuel pump. Now this is the fuel pump body, and inside the fuel pump body we have barrel. So this is plunger, this is barrel. So the plunger reciprocates in the barrel. Now this is the control sleeve. Number 266 is the control sleeves. The fuel rack comes over here, and by the governor regulating arm, the control sleeve is turned. As the control sleeve is turned, the plunger will turn, and the quantity of fuel oil will be determined by the governor regulating valve. So the quantity of fuel oil will be injected into the cylinder. So the fuel rack just engages with the control sleeve. So number 266 is the control sleeve. Now 291 is the spring. 171 is the thrust piece. This is the thrust piece. This is the number 51 is the roller guide. Number 26 is the roller, and number 38 is the pin. One more thing in this is number 349. Number 349. So this is the pin which locks the roller and the spring. So before overhauling, after taking this fuel pump into the workshop, we will press the roller in the vise. We will press the roller in the machine. As the roller is pressed, the tension between the spring and the roller guide will disappear, and this number 349 pin will engage the spring and the roller. So by pushing the roller, we have to remove the spring. So this spring will disappear the force which appears between the roller guide and the spring. Now loosen the four numbers holding screw 63. You can see here, we have taken the fuel injection pump into the workshop. This is the roller, this is the tool, this is the tool. Then we will push, then we will press in the roller by means of the installing device. So we will press the roller so that the pin number 349 will come out, and it will loosen the force which is between the roller guide and the spring. So now the whole thing will come out. So you can see over here, we are pressing the roller guide. Screw of the blocking screw which is the locking arrangement for roller and pump spring. So number 349 is the locking arrangement for roller guide and the pump spring. So screw of the blocking screw which is the locking arrangement for the roller and the pump spring. Now number 4 point is loosen the spring force and dismount the installing device. Demount the installing device, and after pressing the roller guide, it will loosen the spring force, and then demount the installing device. Then take out the installing device. Take off the roller 26 and the roller pin. Then all the things will come out from here. All the things will come out. So in this figure you can see how the system works. I will tell you one by one. So the 38 is the pin. This pin will go in the roller number 26, and this pin will sit in the number 55 roller guide. This is the thrust piece. Number 171 is the thrust piece. This is the spring. So the thrust piece sits over number 51. So the thrust piece sits in the number 51. Thrust piece sits in the roller guide, and the pin is over here, and the roller guide is here. This roller is here. This is the roller. This is the pin, and this two all sits in the uh, roller guide. The thrust piece 171 sits over here, and above the 171 we have we have pump spring, and above this we have control sleeve. So as the cam, so here suppose this is the cam. As the cam rotates, it will as the cam comes to its its base circle, it will push the number 26. It will push the roller. As the roller is pushed, as the roller is connected with the roller guide, the roller guide will move up. As the roller guide moves up, the thrust piece will push the spring. As the spring pushes up, it will push the uh, control sleeve. And one more point is that this number, this is the plunger. You can see this point. You can see this. You can see this here. This will sits in the control sleeve. So the plunger sits in the control sleeve. You can see here there is some gap. So the control sleeve will come and sits over here. It will not sit. It will go in the gap in the control sleeve. This is the fuel rack which connects the control sleeve to the governor, and the plunger will sit over here. So as the fuel racks move forward and aft, accordingly the control sleeve will move, and control sleeve, as the control sleeve moves, it will also move the plunger. It will also, as the control sleeve will rotate, it will rotate the plunger, and uh, it will vary the amount of fuel injected into the cylinder according to the load of the engine. So now as the cam rotates, it will push the number 26, that is the roller, and the roller will, as the roller sits in the number 51 roller guide, the roller will push the roller guide. As the roller guide will now push the thrust sleeve. The thrust sleeve will push the spring. The spring will push the control sleeve. As the control sleeve and the plungers are connected, so the plunger will move up and down. So the plunger will reciprocate in the barrel, and it will inject the fuel. So as the injection commences, then the and as the cam comes to the base circle, then the spring force will push all the arrangement down. That is, the spring will push back, and it will come to its original position. So this is how the fuel pump parts function like. So after taking, so all the parts will come out. That is control, that is cam, that is roller guide, roller, pin, thrust piece, spring, control sleeve. So one by one I will show all the parts. So we have taken out. So you can see here, this is the roller guide. This is the thrust piece. This is the thrust piece. This is the roller guide. Now pull out the thrust piece. Afterwards the pump spring and the spring plate and the control sleeve. So this is the pump spring. Take out this pump spring. Then take out the control. This is the control rack. This is the control rack. Take out the pin, and then take out the control rack from the fuel pump. Then turn the injection pump vertically by 190 degree. Turn the injection pump vertically by 180 degree. Loosen the cylindrical screw. So in the figure you can see this is the top cover. This is the fuel pump body. So unscrew the cylinder screw. So after unscrewing this, the top cover will come out. Screw up the buffer bolt 242, which are 2 in numbers on both sides. It is the locking arrangement for the plunger. So screw up the buffer bolt 242, which are 2 in numbers on both sides. It is the locking arrangement for the plunger. So we have two locking arrangements, one for the roller guide and the pump spring, and the other one is for the plunger and the barrel. So these are the two screw buffer bolt. These are the two buffer bolt, one on this side and the other on this side. So unscrew screw of the buffer bolt on both the sides, so that the so that the uh, so that the tension between the plunger and barrel so that there is a locking arrangement for the plunger. So unscrew this so that the plunger and barrel can come out. Now carefully take out the pump element 87 with plunger and barrel. Now take out the plunger and the barrel. You can see plunger over here. After unscrewing the buffer bolt, take out the plunger and then take out the barrel. This is the barrel. This is the pump casing. Take out the barrel from the pump casing. Now, now we have overhauled the fuel pump. Now installation. Now come to installation. Pump element can be exchanged as components group. Only plunger and barrel. Now pump. This is the plunger and this is the barrel assembly. This is the new plunger. This is the new plunger. This is the new this is the new barrel and this is the new plunger. This one is the plunger and this one is the barrel. So the plunger goes in the barrel. So remove this and put this one. Now insert the barrel carefully into the injection pump casing with an aluminum arbor and a non-fuzzing cloth. Now you can see over here, we are inserting the barrel into the pump casing. Screw the buffer bolt. After putting the barrel into the pump body, screw in the buffer bolt. Further assembly exchange. Turn the injection pump vertically by 180 degree. Install the control sleeve. Then install the control sleeve. Care for the marking. Control sleeve milled tooth rack groove around circumference. So you can see in this diagram, this is the control sleeve. This is the rack. So there is one marking you can see in the blue in color. So we have to adjust this marking. Okay. Now we will put all the element one by one from the below. First we will put the control sleeve, then the spring. First we will put this control sleeve and then we will match with the rack from outside. This marking should be matched. And then we will put the after marking mark on the rack. This is the mark on the rack and this is the mark on the pinion. So after marking this we will the further assembly is carried in reciprocal order of assembly. Then we will put the after putting the control sleeve and marking with the control rack, we will put the spring, thrust piece, then roller guide, roller, and all this, which is the reciprocal order of the assembly. Driving pin of the plunger in the direction of the slot of the control sleeve. Marking of the on the driving pin installed towards the boring of the control rack. So this is all about, guys, how to overhaul and how to install a fuel pump of the auxiliary engine on ship. So hope guys you all understood. If you like the video, please like and share. If you haven't subscribed till now, subscribe the channel so that I can make more videos like this. Thank you guys.